Finally, Friday, sports fan. It's Rick Beetle Bailey here with LockedIn Magazine. And God, do we like this time of year? Spring football is in the air, and it's going to get crazy. The UFL kicks off tonight, while the IFL kicks off week 2, and the NAL opens week 4. Some fans wonder about arena football and why there are so many leagues. But as you notice, some leagues start with 20 teams and finish with 5. It's all about fundamentals, and today we are talking about just that. Some people might know him from his time in Orlando with the Predators or in the sidelines with the Jacksonville Sharks. But he will tell you that light didn't turn on in his head until much later. Let's talk football with the new commissioner of the National Arena Football Division, Mr. Damon Mason. How you doing, Damon?
I'm fine, Rick. How you doing, sir?
Great, great. Can you give us a little bit of brief background on your, football career?
Well, sure. Well, coming from Louisiana, I attended the University of Louisiana Lafayette, which is now roughly called the University of Louisiana, so people can see my jersey in the background.
Right.
Um, Had a great career that started off kind of slow. By the time I left school after the fall season of 1996, I had my jersey retired, and I was not given no opportunities to play professional sports until the Arena Football League came around after 6 months of not playing football. And even before that, I went to Canada and got cut. So I went from being on top of the college world in 1996. A lot of people know my stats and know the stories about beating Texas A&M and all that kind of stuff, and Sports Illustrated, all kind of articles over the internet. But what they don't know is why I didn't go to the NFL, because the NFL roughly didn't give me an opportunity. Went to Canada, got cut. 6 months of praying and crying and working out and preparing for something to happen. Jay Gruden found me in Louisiana, Baton Rouge to be more exact. And it was called the Professional Indoor Football League, the PFAL, or PFL, something like that. Where Michael Lewis, most people know Michael Lewis as the beer guy, as they call him, used to play for the Saints. So, but it was an opportunity to play football. He saw me. One thing led to another. He gave me an opportunity. And the rest is history. I played my first professional football game in the Arena Football League in 1998. And by the grace of God, I won the championship in 1998 as a rookie. So that's my foundation in the indoor game of football.
So you played many years after that, and then you went on to do a little coaching, and now I guess you're maybe into sort of a professional career. How's that going?
It's going good. It's going good. My dream, Rick, was always to coach, and I was blessed with an opportunity to do that. I coached 14 years in high school while I was still playing arena football. So that was a tremendous opportunity. I was able to coach, as I tell people, I was able to coach and teach what I was still doing. And so the kids responded to that because I was still playing. Most coaches try to get kids to do this and do that. But I felt like it was a little bit easier for me because I was still playing. So they're like, I guess you could say they trusted me a little bit more than the norm. And then I want to say the last 6 years of that 14-year career in arena football, I was a player coach. So I was coaching while I was playing professionally as well. So that was a great opportunity.
Wow.
And then once I fully retired from the Arena Football League, I got into coaching full time twice. First time with the New Orleans Voodoo as a defensive coordinator under Pat O'Hara, who's the head coach. And then with the Jacksonville Sharks with Cy Burley. And that's a story in itself. But as quickly as I can share it, it wasn't the whole season. It was the year they won. I want to say they won their the first championship under Cy Burley. They was undefeated and lost the last game of the season. I want to say to the team in Monterrey in Mexico. And I was going to work and just saw that they lost. I sent Cy a text. Cy gave me a call, told me some things that happened between him and the defense coordinator, asked me to come help him win the championship. And so really it was an opportunity to come coach and help and win a championship within 3 weeks. So I told Cy, I said, well, look, I'm going to work. Let me talk to my people on the job. 3 weeks should be very doable. I said, but in the meantime, send me the game film so I can see what you guys did to help on the defense. The loss. We came back and blew Monterey out the next game. We had a bye the next week, and then we beat Carolina in the Arena Bowl. So that was that stint. People don't know the story, but that was my coaching stint with the Jacksonville Sharks and the opportunity to win the championship with Cy Burley. So, but besides that, Rick, I'm gonna say it like this. I told you I'm gonna be very open and candid with this opportunity, the platform that you've given me. So once again, thank you. My prayer has always been to be a coach and one day a head coach. So while I was coaching, I was always an assistant, but I was still playing. So that was my foundation. I would tell people I never wanted to be a head coach because I was still comfortable being an Indian. I wasn't ready to be a chief. And when I became ready to be a chief, no one was willing to give me that opportunity. Not high school, not no indoor football game or football league. So, and I had one opportunity to coach at the collegiate level, but that's more of a personal story with Nickel State. You know, Tim Rebo was my secondary coach in high school, my head baseball coach, and that's something him and I had planned for many years. You know, but it was the right opportunity at the wrong time, and I couldn't say yes to it, but I couldn't say no. So that was that. But being the commissioner of the national, well, being picked by the National Football Association to be the commissioner of the National Arena Football League, it was a blessing. And to make that story very short, as I shared with my family, my wife recently, that it was an opportunity that no one, I won't say willing, but no one has given me. You know what I'm saying? So why would I turn this down? This is an opportunity to create something from the ground floor up. This is an opportunity to create an opportunity for other people. And I was thinking about this earlier today. I hope I say his name right. Jim Foster, the guy who created the indoor game, the indoor football game. I thought about him. I thought about, well, what was he thinking? What could he possibly thinking when he created this? Why did he create this? It wasn't a lot of money involved, but yet he got it done. And because of his vision, his dream, him and some other individuals, I watched the story about Kurt Warner, and I got choked up watching it because all this happened with Kurt Warner, and I was on my way in while Kurt was on his way out to the NFL. So now I'm in a position and have an opportunity to build something that it seemed like a lot of people having trouble building with stability. So to me, it's like, okay, again, Kurt Warner, and these guys didn't make a lot of money. It was the love of a game of football. It was the opportunity to do something that they loved doing, and the blessing was to get paid whatever they got paid for it. And Kurt did his best, and look where he ended up. I did my best. A lot of guys did their best. So all that being said, Rick, what I'm trying to say is the opportunity to be a commissioner, man, and to help build this league up from the ground floor and to do it the right way, to do it for the love of the players, the love of the coaches, and more importantly, the love of the fans. These are the ones who's going to make this league and break this league. And so I'm just willing to do whatever necessary to find the right people, right owners, organizations who want to do something and who want to do something to create the right opportunities for many individuals. This could be a blessing all across the board, but everybody heart and mind has to be in the right mindset.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the opportunity there is like most people know in football, especially, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of football players that start out very young, and as they grow into the other leagues and up into the higher echelons, those opportunities are very slim. And the same thing goes with, as you say, commissioner. Which gets us into the fact that you said about players. There's kind of like, I guess, four aspects of arena football and of other football games too, where you have the players, the coaches, the owners, and the fans. Is there any specific programs or partnerships that you plan to maybe implement to enhance players' exposure and the career opportunities for them?
Well, now that's something that I personally plan on being involved with myself with exposure, because that goes hand in hand with the company that I built. That, when no other door of opportunity opened up for me to do the things I love to do, with the knowledge and wisdom that I was fortunate enough to gain from my experiences. So I created my own company, DM9 LLC, and Diamonds of Extension, which is roughly a mentoring program for high school student athletes to help put them in position for athletic scholarships. Can't promise them a scholarship, but I know it takes to
Right.
look good. That's the whole bottom line for exposure, to look good.
Yep.
So as I shared with our executive officer, executive administrator, Randall Fields, I shared that with him. That's one of my visions. One of the great things about having me involved, and it's gonna sound very, very blunt and bold, but I'm speaking from my heart, and I'm speaking from my life, and I'm speaking from experience. No one helped me to get an opportunity to go to the NFL. So whatever I can do to help these young men who want to play in this league get to the next level or any other level, I'm willing to do that. And I can sum that all up by saying this here. My goal is to teach these young men how to be professional. Well, Damon, what do you mean? Well, I love sharing with individuals, especially the kids who I mentor through my program, that we all see the news, we watch TV, whatever NFL, AFL, NAL. It could be a regular job. If you get paid, you are a professional. So that's not the professionalism I'm talking about. I tell people what made me a true professional is when I really decided to study my craft. When I became an expert at my craft and I started breaking the whole system down to perfect the art of my position. So now it's like I was doing things that most guys wouldn't do to accomplish the things that I was able to accomplish. So I tell people I was a true professional. So I want to help these young men. Look, I came into this league, and I don't mind telling people I made $600, but that was a blessing. That was $600. That was not me. I was working 3 jobs before I had the opportunity to play this game. So a lot of young guys, young men over the years used to ask me, man, you played 14 years and you played at a high level for so long. Consistency. I said, well, because I never forgot how I felt when no one gave me the opportunity after having a great career in college. And then the NFL didn't give me an opportunity. You went to Canada and you get cut. And so now the indoor football came, the Arena Football League comes along. So don't take nothing for granted. And so what I'm trying to say without talking so long is for 14 years, right, no matter what team I played for, I always felt like I had something to prove. And because I played that way, I broke the game down. Even when I got older, I tell guys, I started watching the younger guys to see what they was doing. And when I watched the younger guys, see, I had to humble myself. That allowed me to say, okay, I used to do that. All right, let me add that back to my repertoire. He's doing something I ain't doing because they're talking about his name. So I studied film. You have to find a way to make yourself relevant. So with all that being said, I want these young men to know, look, I will never say that this league will or will not get back to where it was when I was making $90. That's the most I ever made. I won't talk about nobody else, but that's the most I ever made. But again, that's a blessing. I'm making $5,000 a week. Everybody know the history of the Arena Football League back in those heydays. It was a blessing. But the real blessing was that the way I carried myself, the way I prepared, as I shared with you guys we was this commenting and communicating on social media, because I applied myself as a true professional, I was blessed to make a lot of money, which started my family, beautiful wife and 2 kids. So again, what I'm saying, I didn't know I was gonna make $5,000. I didn't care. As a rookie in 1998. I signed that contract for $600, and I was like, Lord, thank you. So with that being said, I've talked to several individuals, and I want the guys to know, look, this is a great opportunity. That's what we're putting together. Yes, we're gonna have you something in place to pay. It might not be a lot, but you have a choice. We're not making no one do this. You have a choice. But I can promise you, if you handle this like my parents used to tell me, Rick, make the Arena Football League your NFL.
Yep.
Look what happened to Kurt Warner. And so many other guys who came out the Arena Football League who had an opportunity to go to the NFL. So I know a lot of people talked about doing to help these guys get to another level. Well, you know what? I told you before, I won't mention no names, but when I say I want to help you guys get to the next level, this whole thing that I'm helping to build with the NFA is all about creating opportunities. And I can't think of a better opportunity to get any young man into this league, to teach them how to be a true professional, and then the NFL take notice of what they're doing, because the NFL notice one, they're going to notice another one, then another one, and then another one. And Rick, guess what? How about the coaches? Because if the coach coached this player, well, you know what? We might get this. That coach might have an opportunity to go up It might be high school head coach. It might be college. You don't know. Everybody needs to be accountable. Everybody needs to prepare themselves as true professionals, and that's my goal. Without me talking too much.
And I don't know if you ever heard the old adage, it's better to have all of something than half of nothing.
I heard that before.
So, yeah. So, whatever you can make out of it, man, make out of it and do it. So you went on a little bit about coaching, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
As commissioner, is there any initiatives in place for the enhancing maybe coaching strategies and techniques within the indoor football?
That's actually a great question. To be very honest with you, that's one thing I haven't covered yet. Because keep in mind, we're not even a month between me and Randall Fields talking about about our game plan. My initial game plan right now is just low. As I told him to be very open and very blunt and transparent. I said, right now I'm going fishing. And I'm just combing the social media because the great thing about social media, you can cover a lot of places in a very short time. A lot of people post everything. I'm looking for teams who are already established. I'm looking for business groups, ownership groups, however you want to call it, who are interested in putting together a team. And that's my starting point. But just like for the players, yes, I really can't see me putting something together for coaching, because now that's a personal thing for me. When I say this here, for all the opportunities I didn't get in the Arena Football League, the National Arena Football League, the IFL, every time I see a coach, even whatever league that's playing right now, the AF whatever. But so when I see coaches getting jobs, I'm always asking, well, who is this guy? Did they even play this game before? And you hate to knock them, but it's like, well, how do these people who who might have no experience in this indoor game, you see what I'm going when I say it's personal. So my goal is to attract coaches who have some type of background in this game. But if they're not interested, of course, I'm looking for individuals who are interested in that process to find out their knowledge, so we can help to teach them again. Because that's a great question, because I was very good at this game because of the teaching that I got from every team I went to. I played 14 seasons, and I would say maybe 5 to 6 different teams when free agency hit. You know how big arena football had got? So free agency. So I played for a lot of teams in 14 career season career, and I was able to pick up something new from every coach that I was able to coach and play under. So yes, that to me that just common sense.
Yeah, I bet there's I was gonna say, I bet there's a few coaches out there that have the natural ability, it just clicks on them. But for the majority of them, they've learned and trained and learned more throughout their career to be the good coach that they are.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked a little bit about that, and you kind of hit a little bit there also about the owners, trying to get at expanding the visibility through media rights and sponsorships to attract more fans and investors. Is there anything you can more expand on that a little bit?
Well, I could be very honest with that one as well. I played for a lot of ownerships, and each city, each team had something special about them. But what I experienced in Orlando, Florida, man, it was second to none. The fans, and really the owner. I don't want to say the ownership group, the people who ran and who worked in the front office. Our PR guy, I remember his name, Dan. Dan, forgive me if you watch this here. Can't remember Dan's last name. But the stuff that they did with me, my partner in crime, Kenny McIntyre, the way they promoted, the way they got us into the community, the way they got us on the radio, on the TVs, so people knew who we were. So for me, it's a no-brainer. You got to get your players into the community, and you got to find strategic ways to get them into the community. Sponsorships. One of the things that I did do in Orlando a couple of years early in my career, probably my first 2 or 3 years to make extra money, was during the off season. I worked in the front office. You know what I'm saying? Some guys worked in the front office, and we called businesses and season ticket holders just to get them to renew sponsorships. So I think it's more of the standpoint, Rick, but just having the desire to do it and don't be lazy. I mean, people love football, and if you put a good product out there, people are gonna come watch. They're gonna come watch. And I'm saying this from a player perspective. One of my best stories from my rookie season that I love sharing with the fan club in Orlando. My rookie year, I remember I think I was playing bad my first home game, and I remember fans was telling me all kind of choice words that I wasn't used to. But then I quickly realized, I said, man, hold up, these people are paying money to come and watch me play. And then on top of that, not only that, I'm in Orlando, so Orlando has some type of history already, so their expectation is high. So I better step my game up and keep my mouth closed because, you know what I'm saying? So to me, it's a no-brainer.
Mm.
It's a no-brainer. So, and that goes from the coaches to the players. The coaches and the players put together something good on a good product on the field. You're going to get support. But then again, you only gonna get that support if you actually getting out your office and doing some legwork. So,
Yep. Yeah, me being up here in Pennsylvania,
uh-huh.
Orlando was one of the few teams that I actually got to go cover for back when I guess when NAL when they were in the NAL there, and yeah, I met a couple of the owners and great guys and stuff. So yeah, and I can understand why Orlando was very popular, and you
Mm-hmm.
guys did very well down there with all the fans,
Right.
and kind of you brought it up in the rolling all in a nutshell here with finally the last bit here is the fans. Is there anything technology or medium platforms that maybe the visibility of the indoor football that you can create unique game day situations or experiences for the fans?
Well, honestly that's far fetched as far as just the when you say the game experience. The first thing that comes to mind is what every home team probably does in their parking lot when fans come. So I really can't speak on that right now. That'll be a lot easier when you have things in place and you're talking to ownership stuff. But as far as the visibility, as far as the fans, I can definitely speak on what I'm seeing on social media, the positive and the negative. And I told you I wanted to say this, and I think now is the opportune time to say that. As I shared with Randall before I became commissioner, I
Sure.
told him, I said, before I make this official, I want to let you know how frustrated I am with the BS. I'm frustrated as a young man, as a man that I am now, but as a man who had the opportunity to play this indoor game. And I know firsthand the blessing that's
Hold on.
available. I'm sorry.
Uh, uh, I think I guess we're still going. I thought something stopped here. Go ahead.
That's okay. That's okay. So I was saying, but again, I was saying as before I talk about the fans. Well, talking about the fans, the things that I think frustrate the fans, it frustrate me as the player that I was and the love and respect that I have for this game. Um, there have been many individuals, many groups, many whatever, try to do all kind of leagues in this indoor concept. I was a part of two of them, and as I was saying, I shared with Mr. Randall Fields that I'm very frustrated and sick of the BS. I told myself I would not get involved with it again. But I was following Randall Fields, and he followed me on social media, and he kept me in the loop. I see the things that he's already doing from a semi-pro type mindset that he shares, which is tremendous. But then I started seeing what was going on. If I'm not mistaken, help me out. It's the AF1, right?
Yes.
I seen when Orlando either got kicked out, they left. But so you're seeing all this going on, and it's like, well, okay, what is going on? So the best way I can put it, Rick, is another man's blessing. Another man's downfall could be another man's blessing. That's something my mother taught me a long time. So, and you hate to wish anything bad on anybody or anything, but opportunities come in all shapes and sizes and now at all times. The question is, are you going to be prepared when your opportunity comes? and what you're going to do when that opportunity presents itself. So with that being said, I'm seeing the fan, I mean, year after year after year, almost month after month after month, year after year, you've seen the fans asking questions. They engage. These people are hungry. There's a group of people across the country who still love the indoor concept of football. All right. So that's to me, that's a no-brainer. And then to go hand in hand with the fans, and you said it yourself, you got to keep in mind how many young men across the country who still have a desire, who still wishing and praying for an opportunity to play football. I was one of those individuals for 6 months. So why is it so hard for business people to put something in place, do it the right way, and build something where people can elevate in whatever area of their life that pertains to the indoor football game? Now, I'm not knocking nobody, because whatever they couldn't do, maybe the good Lord is allowing all that to happen so I can come be the one. Good. See where I'm going with that?
Yeah. Yep.
Because everything else is not working for these other people. Now I have an opportunity to do something right if I do it the right way, which I plan on and will do it the right way. So,
Man, I was 11 on 11 football for years and years, and now I got into photography, got down to Baltimore Brigade. Boy, I got hooked on indoor arena football, man. I wish I would have had a chance to play that. I mean, it's fast, it is hard hitting. I mean, it's just exciting, and then everything, like you say, you are right there with the fans. Players are right next. I mean, you catch a ball and you just reach out and say high five. I got that catch.
And let me add on to that, because I say the same thing to people, but this from a player perspective, this is what I tell young men and even coaches from the recruiting standpoint. The indoor football game, and I gotta say the indoor football game because they got all kind of AFL, NFL, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the indoor football game, it will help teach you the art of your position. It's the real one-on-one.
Right.
As a defensive back, there's no such thing as he's covered. You know what I'm saying? If a receiver has one step on you, if the quarterback makes a good throw and he makes a great catch, you're beat.
Right.
Defensive line, offensive line, receiver, DB. It's the true one-on-one. And if these young men in every league, see, I'm not bashing no league, from every league that's constantly playing, semi-pro, pro, whatever, and especially when you come to where I'm going to be the commissioner. If you sit there and learn how to perfect your craft and learn the art of your position, ain't no telling how far you can go in this game, man.
No telling. Yep. I mean, like I say, it is a great game, and I'm glad that at least, hopefully you'll keep this one going and make this one outstanding for everybody, the fans, players, coaches, and owners. Any last words? We'll wrap this up here. Do you want to give to our fans here at LockedIn Magazine, or any of the arena football fans or players out there you want to say something to?
Well, first, I'm going to try to cover everybody. I want to thank you guys at LockedIn Magazine, man. I want to say Jonathan, right? I think that's his name. I think my man Jonathan saw my post on Facebook. He sent me a message, connect me to you, and you guys were gracious enough to do this for me. Jonathan's exact words was, he want to hey man, if you need some help, let me know. Yeah. And so when we chatted a few minutes, right, almost an hour, I won't be, and we decided to do this. So first of all, thank you guys, man, for creating this platform for me.
Yeah, Jonathan was down in Jacksonville, and
right, he told me
for one time till he got into a little bit of medical issues, and got you, some pictures. So I wish I would have been down there to catch some of your action and stuff, but we'll do what we can. And if you want to continue with anything, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Excellent. And to the players, I'm gonna say this because a young man actually called me and they, Mr. Mason, my name is such and such, and I want to play. I said, well, look, young man, I'm not the person to be called. So I said, matter of fact, this is what you do. I say, I'm the commissioner. Now, if wherever you live at, if there's gonna be a team in your area, just keep your ears open, because we just starting this thing. And we trying to get teams out there. So all you young men who still want to play football, to be very, very honest and transparent with you guys. Right now, we are looking to build in the South. All right. That's a personal reason, but we want to do it small. We want to do it small, but we want to do it right. All right, that's the foundation. That's what I shared with Mr. Randall Fields. He's actually up in the north, the Midwest, I think. I'm more down south, and he has a lot of different things that he has going on. So from the beginning stages of this league, for me as a commissioner, I'm building down south. So you guys just keep working out, because you never know, somebody else might see you. So, but just keep your eyes and ears open, and trust me, we will be posting things on social media. Kind of like the same to you coaches. Now I know there are a lot of coaches who are praying for an opportunity to coach. I was one of those as well. So same thing. You guys just listen. If you guys have some ownership groups that you've been in contact with, you are some former coaches and know some people, let them know what's going on right now. And right now, what's going on for you coaches, and now I'm gonna speak to the owners, potential owners out there who already have organizations put together or might be interested in putting together a team. Right now, we're just looking to identify anyone who is interested. That's all we're looking to do right now. All right, I want to say between five to 7 teams we're looking to start with. All right, down south. Anyone who's interested, guys, we're just looking to communicate with you guys. We're going to show you guys what the requirements are, and we're going to go from there. All right, we're not going to do nothing as far as rules, even though we are putting rules together and stuff like that, but there's only so much you can do without having ownerships and coaches being a part of that. And for the fans, I mean, hey, man, you guys keep doing what you're doing. Again, there are so many. I want to say there are just as many social media groups as many leagues that they have. So they got all kind of this league, but it's good because you guys are still talking about football. For example, my people in Baton Rouge. Again, I'm 30 minutes from Baton Rouge, a town called LaPlace, Louisiana. Even though I live in the state of Georgia, I know Baton Rouge has a team. So say the ownership group, like some is dispersing, but the fans keep up the websites. They keep up the social media groups. So I appreciate that. Is you guys are also the main reason why I know that the indoor football game is still a great concept, and it can thrive if people are willing to do it the right way and work together to make the product work for the players, for the coaches, and more importantly for the fans first. We take care of the people who gonna help put the players on the field, have the players look good on the field, and the fans who are willing to pay to come see the games. That's gonna make all of us look good and happy at the end of the day. And again, I'm speaking from my personal experience.
Well, I have a feeling you're going to make it right, and I think it'll fly off. So I appreciate you having taken the time to speak with us. Anytime, please reach out to us. Anytime you want to talk again, anything's going on in that area. And I would hope that you might be able to get something up here in the Northeast or maybe around the Maryland, Pennsylvania line somewhere. I get an itch. I had to go out to Wheeling, West Virginia the other week to get my fix live arena football. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Damon, and we'll be talking with you again hopefully soon.
Sounds good, Rick, man. And once again, thank you guys, man. I'll be in contact.
Okay. Have a good night. Thank you.
You too.